Okay.
Hi, Taylor.
Hello.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Awesome. How is your family? How is Ryan, Judson, and Bennett?
We're doing good. Yeah, Judson um just recently started doing full days at school instead of half days,
Okay.
and he got his first award. It was so cute.
Nice.
Yeah, he got it for being responsible. So, it was really cute.
Yeah, I know the weather over here is getting colder. How is it over there where you are?
It's getting colder. It's still sunny, but it's cold.
Okay. But you're comfortable where you are, where you're seated at?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Very nice. So how was your this past week? We talked about a few things. How was this past week? What was the best time? How was your best time last week? This past week, which day would you say was your best day, and how did that go?
Let's see, my best day last week. I had a really good day. I don't know, a couple days ago. We just, I think this week's been really good because I got, well, because we don't have that much homework. So it's been a little bit more relaxed, just the recording and a paper, and I got to work ahead a little bit for like week 8 and stuff. So I just feel like I feel very organized and like it's just been a fun week to just relax and
Okay,
be.
so how were you emotionally? Being relaxed. How did that help
Good
emotionally?
question. That's a good question. Let's see. I think I've been primarily happy. I've had a little anxiety just around, um, I don't know. I don't know. Um, Primarily happy, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned anxiety. Can you tell me a little bit more about that anxiety?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll just kind of go in like a little bit. My husband and I like rarely ever fight, but we fought a couple days ago and I just kind of left feeling yucky, I guess. Um, Uneasy, like it didn't feel fully resolved. And then like sad because we haven't fought in forever and then now it's like, ugh. So, yeah.
Are you still feeling sad about that? Can you hear me okay, sweetie?
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, good. Yes.
Okay,
Are
awesome.
you still feeling that way?
Um, Not really. I'm doing better now, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which part of the week would you say was your worst time during this past week?
Definitely the argument. So that was on, when was that? Monday. It was on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing you say part of the week you were happy, and then some part you were sad. Tell me about the happy moment.
Um, let's see. I think when I picked up Judson from school after his first day, and he was or his first full day, I'm sorry, he was super excited about being able to go all day and having um, his award. He got an award for being responsible. And so I'm just really proud of him because um, I'm not sure if we talked about this last time or not, but he was we're working through a lot of like social emotional behaviors. And it's just really cool to see how much he's improved. I think with the help of school, but also how not to be like boastful, but I've changed a lot in my parenting, which has kind of opened a lot of doors for him to feel more like confident, and like staying calm for him has helped him be calm too, if that makes sense.
Wow.
So lots of reflection. This wasn't just this week, but just kind of over the last, let's see, was it almost since March or April? I've been working on this like change and reading books and yeah.
Good job, Taylor.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Awesome. I like the way you're able to able to do stuff for yourself, to help yourself.
Yeah,
That's amazing. Good job.
thank you.
What about Judson's social and you say he has some social issues.
Mhm.
How is that making you feel?
Um, I think I don't really know. That's a really good question because it just it kind of depends on the day. Like sometimes I feel like it's like maybe my fault because I didn't necessarily respond like perfectly to him as a child. I had a lot of like um I didn't really have very good examples growing up. So there's like the background of like childhood and just kind of like what you were shown, how to I'm trying to word this, how to like cope, I guess, and self-regulation, emotional regulation. I wasn't really shown that example, so a lot of it has been learned through books and therapy, and um, I feel like it didn't really click until now, like recently with therapy and school and like I said, the books and stuff. Um, there's just been a lot of growth. So I felt like it was kind of my fault for not being like the best parent, maybe. And then some of it is probably genetic too. So like I can't really control that, but it still feels like hard, I guess.
Yeah, I hear you say that you feel a little you feel like the way Judson is behaving, you feel like it's partly your fault,
Hmm.
and that you think probably how the scenario surrounding your growing up affected it. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Um, yeah, I think I grew up in like a yelling household, so like it was very like I don't know, kind of quick to anger. My mom wasn't really around very much. She would like leave for the weekend or whatever, and like we didn't know where she was. My parents, sorry, backstory. My parents were divorced, and so we did like a 50-50 custody thing. Um, so each household was like very different. My dad was very I would say he like did his best emotionally supportive in as I can't talk today as an emotionally supportive parent. My mom was raised in a super tumultuous, abusive household, so she was doing the best that she could, but and so I hold like no animosity or anything towards her, but it just kind of is what it is as far as her like that situation, I guess. I don't know. Did that answer your question?
It does. At least I'm beginning to I'm getting an insight, into what happened. So did you feel guilty at that time when all this was going on?
Not really, but I think kind of growing like now that I look at it, I don't really remember a lot. Honestly, I think I was like scared and sad and um honestly angry. I was very angry about that too. Just feeling like abandoned, really. Um, but now I can look back at it and see it with a lens of gratitude for the growth that I've been able to have because it taught me how to self-soothe in a way. And my eyes were open to like what really isn't okay and wanting to grow for me and my family and my marriage and set better examples and just remembering like how I felt so sad, alone, angry, resentful, a lot of emotions. Um, and just like not wanting my kids to feel that way towards me. So doing my best to break those cycles and yeah.
Yeah, I remember during our last session, you did mention that you felt guilty about not spending a whole lot of time with Bennett.
Oh yeah.
Can you
That
tell me a little bit more?
yeah, actually I've been doing a lot better about that. I think just because he's so like he's just a really relaxed, easygoing kid and he's just very different. Like he doesn't have like he has needs and but he's not as I don't know, like high needs as Judson necessarily. So I feel bad because he's like totally happy and content playing in his room by himself. And so I like try to go in and play with him and like give him that attention. And like I said, this week's like for school for me has been very laid back. So I've had a lot more time um, to do these things. And so I've been able to spend more time with him and it's been going pretty good. So I feel like pretty content in that area. Yeah.
How do you, I hear you, say that you're pretty much content, with improvement, what you're doing with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
How are your emotions right now affecting your relationship with your husband?
A good question. I think it's been it's really easy for me to like put a wall up, I guess, to um not cause problems, if that makes sense. Like I will hold in a lot of the little things that upset me until like we have an argument and then like everything comes out because I'm trying to avoid an argument. If that makes sense. I know that that's not right, but um yeah, I think like being avoidant to keep the peace, but then it like bottles up inside of me because I'm just like holding all of it. So like when we got into our argument over something like super silly, it turned into like me being upset about so much more because I hold in everything and then it all just comes out.
I understand. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you that, it's like when you get upset, other things that you have held in start
Hmm.
coming out.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have other support system apart from your husband?
Yeah, yeah. That's a good question too. My best friend, Caitlin, um, she she's like my prayer warrior friend. So I text her a lot. And I mean, like I said, we're best friends, so we talk all the time. But um, yeah, just kind of being able to like reach out to her and like she kind of points me back to like biblically, like especially when I was talking to her about how like I've been really hurt about this week and like our argument, and how like I felt like I was doing my best to like be like respond like Jesus in a way, like have that grace and like try to be understanding and not react in anger and or like unrighteous anger, like sinful anger, I guess. I did because I'm not perfect, but like having her support me in that way of teaching me how to like reminding me that Jesus knows my suffering. And I'm so sorry. My little guy's trying to come in the room. Um, yeah, I have Caitlin, and then I've actually come really close to Sarah. She's a classmate of mine, and we talk all the time, and she's been really awesome about helping me through just like relational struggles and like being aware of my emotions and stuff like that.
Okay. I hear that. I hear you say that you have at least a couple of friends
Mm-hmm.
have, come alongside you to be your support system. What kind of feedback do they give you feedback sometimes on this your emotions?
Yeah, I would say Caitlin's very supportive. She's also actually both Caitlin and Sarah are very good at like helping me see where I went wrong too, which is really awesome to me because I want to grow. I want to know like you didn't respond in a very good way or um yeah, I think yeah, did that answer your question? They are just very good about kind of showing me my areas of growth that need to be put in place.
Yeah. I've heard you mention anger a couple of times.
Mhm.
Tell me a little bit about this anger. What brings it up? How do you express your anger? What
That's a good question. I think from like with my husband, well, okay, for my kids, I'm noticing that like I will yell too, and I don't want to do that. And I'm become a lot more aware of like when I start to feel the anger, like I'll feel it kind of in my stomach, and then it like I get kind of warm, and then when I start like getting warm, um, I just notice that it's like bottling. And I'm like, okay, I can step away for a minute, like calm down, and then I can come back and react or respond because I don't have to be a reactive parent. I want to be a responsive parent. So it's helpful to that I've been able to notice when I'm starting to feel angry and yeah.
I'm hearing you say you're beginning to know when you're beginning to feel angry and you
Hmm.
step away from the kids.
Yeah.
Um, how do you think this is having any kind of effect on the children?
I think so. I think kids learn how to respond and react to situations based on how their parents are responding and reacting. So I think that because I've been able to model, um, I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be boastful, but like I've been doing better at modeling emotional maturity and like self-regulation and um, just kind of like, yeah. So I think it's affecting them, not in a positive way, but like I guess kind of because I've been seeing it in them like when they start getting angry like how they react. So, I think when I'm on the more positive side, but they have some of my bad reactions too, like they yell and they get angry and yeah. So, I think it's just like I said like being modeled.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Taylor, it looks like we just have a couple of minutes left to this therapy session, but we will definitely continue, next time we meet. Does this time work for you next week?
Yeah.
Same time?
Yeah.
All right, but I would like you to do something for me before you come next time. If
Yeah.
you don't mind, if you can just make like a list for me of the things that make you happy on one side, and
Mm.
then another list of things that make you happy, and then things that make you really sad. Okay.
Oh, that's
We
a
can
good idea.
just look at that when we come next time. And as I told you last time, if you have an emergency, you can always call me. I provide that service. You quickly give me a call and I will respond at least one time between now and next week, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care. I'll
Bye.
see you next week.
Okay.